Hello and welcome to Whiskey Whims with me, Stuart. I've just finished recording my long row 13-year-old 2020 Cabernet Sauvignon review, and I thought it would be a good time to go through my collection and basically show you guys what I've got sitting at the moment. So I've just topped up my whiskey. Let's get right down to this. So the first interruption to the collection is, you'll probably notice one thing about my collection from last time is there are some still left over, but there are a lot that aren't here. And another thing is that the majority of these whiskies now are probably independently bottled whiskies. So it'd be good to see at the end what number I have. But anyway, this is a 1997 Ben Rinnes. Last time I was here I had two of these, and I had the Smuggler's Editions from Arran, which are still in my collection, but they're up the loft because I don't know what to do with them. These will probably go down the same line. I hope these are the last in the series. I hope there's only 3 of them, because if there's more I feel like I'm going to be obliged to buy them. I've tried 2 of them. I've tried the Lacranza Castle and the Broddock Bay, and they were absolutely brilliant. I mean, the Broddock Bay for me was a little bit better than the Lacranza Castle, so I'm hoping for good things with this one, Kildonan and Plaid Island. So I don't know when I'm going to open these. They are collectible series or whatever. They will most likely be opened, but they just look too good sealed at the moment. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for that, but yeah, I do need to open them. At least I've tried them. I've obviously not tried my own. I've tried them at the pot still, so I'm hoping I can try the other one at the pot still too. But they're probably definitely worth opening, more than the Smugglers series. This is definitely opened. I think I've had 2 or 3 drams out of it. I need to definitely spend more time with it to see what it's all about, but from what I've had, I have enjoyed. So I don't think I would love to do a sit down side by side with the 10 and the 5, and I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll review this separately, or review them both side by side and then review this separately. I think that would be a good video to do. But anyway, our big 5-year-old wee beastie. Myra, whatever, green tea. I've probably gone on about this a bit, but this is such a drinkable whiskey. It's just really drinkable, and when I'm in the mood for something that's not peaty, something that's not in your face, it's only 46.1%. This is a kind of go-to. This is a subtle, enjoyable, and yeah, quite a tasty whiskey, to be honest. The Glenfiddich Winter Storm, one of the, how do I describe this? Regretful whiskey purchases. It's fancy box, it's an okay whiskey, it's nice enough. I have tried it. and it's not worth £200. If you look in the auction, it's going for 150, 130 at times. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because I feel like I don't want to open it because I'm not going to enjoy it. Whether I give it to someone or for kind of retail price or what, I don't know. But it just sits on the shelf at the moment, looking pretty, because that's, I think, all really it's good for. But yeah, that's all I've got to say on that, unfortunately. This was a birthday gift from my girlfriend's dad, Stevie. It's an Altmore from Duncan Taylor, and it's their Dimensions series. It's a sherry cask, but 55.4% ABV. It's got to be it's cask strength, so I'm really looking forward to trying this and see what this has got to offer. Got to have a little word on Carnmore from Morrison Mackay. They're definitely releasing some great stuff. This is the 4-year-old Ben Nevis. If you're into Springbank, Long Row, anything like that, it's a nice whiskey, kind of lead check type thing. It's quite funky. I don't know if it's peated. I don't think it's peated. Ben Nevis don't usually peat. Oh, there is like a kind of peat. I'm not sure. Sorry, I don't have the information, but I don't think it's peated. Anyway, it's kind of similar along the lines of like Springbank. It's a funky whiskey. Only 4-year-old, but it's a really good whiskey. Glen Talkers I've not yet had. Obviously still sealed. We've got a Glen Elgin, which I haven't had either, sealed. And the 12-year-old Mortlach, which is absolutely fantastic as well. Sherry, I think they're all sherry. And like I said, I think maybe I've said before, I've been moving away from sherry, but it doesn't stop me or prevent me from buying sherry whiskies, because I know they have a lot to offer. I'm just trying to obviously explore different finishes, different whiskies, rum and wine. But yeah, Carnmore, I don't think you can go wrong at the moment with what they're producing. This 25-year-old blend from Weems Malts is sherry casks again, Speyside, Highlands and unpeated Islay malt, which could be like Bunnahabhain or something. It's a fantastic whiskey. I've had it. Stevie's got a bottle of it. Probably a little bit of FOMO there why I purchased it, because I seen Stevie had it and realised I wanted a bottle after trying it. Stevie purchased it for $125 or something, and I managed to get it on sale for £99. Which for me is definitely worth it. I'm not sure when I'm going to crack this open. Probably a random night when I've maybe had a little drink in me. But it is a fantastic whiskey. It comes presented in a box, but I've made more space on the shelves by putting the boxes in the garage. And you don't really need the box as long as the whiskey's good enough. So, I've got a few of these single casks. It seems at the moment that when I find an independent bottler that are doing something quite good, or a good whiskey, I end up buying several from their range. And I think that's just to get an overall opinion on the bottler, see what their whiskies are like in general. And I've not really had a bad one from the single cask. I mean, the Glen Ord, this was from the Somerton Whisky Club. It's bottled at 46% ABV. It's 5-year-old. It's not my most favourite whiskey. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise, so it's quite good to get it through the club. And it is okay. It's an okay whiskey, but I think the single cask have better whiskies to choose from. It's not really made me think, oh, Glen Ord's a great distillery or anything like that. So it's not something I'll be buying more of, Glen Ord. But I'll still continue to use the single cask for sure. I just don't think it's one of the better ones. It's maybe a little too tame for me, or maybe it's got more subtle flavours that I can't pick up. Possibly my fault, but I mean, it's still got nice enough flavours. It's still enjoyable. I have had a little bit out of it, but compared to the Linkwood is far superior. It's such a lovely whiskey, 54.7%, and it's an 11-year-old. I mean, it is a really good whiskey. So that's all I've got to say on that. Dramful, another independent bottler, Malkin Heel, a 27-year-old, and it's a 27-year-old Macallan. The label's pretty cool, got like the Teletubbies on there. I'm not sure if the Teletubbies are UK only, but they're basically like a children's TV programme, and they live in these hills that are big humpy waves, which is similar to the Speyside distillery, Macallan's distillery. The reason I bought this was the price. So it's a 27-year-old Macallan, and it was only $155, and I thought I had to snap it up for being a 27-year-old Macallan. I don't think it will go for more on auction or anything like that, because it's not actually got Macallan on the label. The name is Malkin Heel, so I think that takes away from the value. But Stevie opened his once again. Stevie and I ended up buying the same one. We tend to do this a lot, and it helps because one can maybe savour theirs and one can open it and we can finish one and then move on to the next one. So we've opened Stevie's, and I'm not the biggest fan of Macallan, but by God, this is a good whiskey. Really lovely, enjoyable. There's a lot of those Macallan flavours, but there's also something else that comes with it. There's other flavours that are out with the Macallan characteristics, and it is 50.6% ABV, so I believe it's cask strength. Possibly, I do believe Macallan chill filter a lot of their stuff. Maybe that's what they're missing. Is I've never had a cask strength Macallan, to be honest, so maybe that's just what they're missing. Tullibardens, I've got 3 in my collection now, or selection. I did have the Burgundy 228 and the Sherry 500, both are long gone, quite enjoyed them. They were non-age statements. The Murray's a 12-year-old, this is a 15-year-old, and the one that I've previously shown is an old one from, I think it's maybe the 80s, and it's an 18-year-old. 46% ABV, I believe this is 43% ABV, and the Murray is 46% ABV. I've not tried the 18-year-old. I pretty much bought that because I've enjoyed Tullibardens stuff and I saw it and I thought it looked quite cool, quite an older whiskey, or from older times. And I've tried both these, and both these are fantastic. I definitely recommend them. And now we move on to the Blair Athol shelf. I mean, the single cask is a Blair Athol, but it's on the top with the rest of the single casks. So the Blair Athol shelf is it's got its own little designation. We have the Charlton 12-year-old, which I still need to review. It's it's getting pretty thin, and we've got a Berry Bros 11-year-old. This one was absolutely fantastic when I first opened it, and the first few drams. It slowly went downhill. It's quite sour now. It's almost as if it's off. Hopefully it changes again. I'm waiting for the moment that it changes because I can't review it now with that in mind. It's only been a couple drams though that it's been like this, so it's not ruined the whole experience. It's still quite a good whiskey, but if it's like this the rest of the way down, then I can only assume that the oxygen's ruined the bottle, or the bottle, the whiskey is just good from the neck. I hope it doesn't stay sour because the sour's quite off-putting on this one. 7-year-old Blair Athol from Hepburn's Choice. I was trying to see if this was Hunter Lang or if it's Douglas Lang. I'm pretty sure it's Hunter Lang. I can't see anything to say. We'll say it's Hunter Lang. It says bottled by Langside Distillers. I'm pretty sure that is Hunter Lang's postcode. But yeah, 7-year-old Blair Athol. We've got another Berry Bros, which is a 10-year-old Blair Athol, and we've got this beautifully coloured, no added colouring, but the 10-year-old wine barriques, red wine barriques from Whisky Broker. So I've got 6 Blair Athols currently in my collection, and 2 of them are open. The Campbelltown Blends from Thompson Bros, god damn it, they're still not opened. I just can't bring myself to open them for some reason. And yes, they were purchased from, basically because I saw so much social media hype about them, a lot of people raving about them, and also look, I mean those labels are funky as hell. They are some cool ass labels. So we got a 2014, so it's a 5-year-old and a 5-year-old. They're both 5-year-olds, both 50% ABV. Different, the first one's 386 bottles and the second one's 816 bottles. I wonder what the blends are different, if it's different variations of whether it's Springbank or Glen Scotia or what it is. But I'm still really excited to try these, and I've said it before that I'm excited to try them, so I probably should just open them. But it just seems that they get kind of stored away and other things come first and get opened first. So I suppose that's the first world problems. Monkey shoulder, this one isn't opened, but I'll always have a monkey shoulder in my collection, whether it's for cocktails or just general drinking, easy drinking, because it's a good whiskey, a good blend. It's from the supermarket, you can pick it up at a great value, so it's always going to be in my collection. Another Carnmore from Morrison Mackay, same kind of series, which I think is called Strictly Limited, but this was an older bottle and older design, and it's a Glencadam, I think I said that. It's 8-year-old and it's bourbon exclusively. Looking forward to trying that. I've had this for a while. Hopefully it'll get opened alongside other Carnmores so I can see what differences are from the different distilleries, the different casks. But yeah, as of yet, still not open. Now my orange shelf. Trying to be colour coordinated. We have this 5-year-old Peatside from Murray McDavid. I had this at the festival. Once again, it's not opened. Enjoyed it so much that I bought a bottle. First fill Madeira barrique finish, matured in bourbon, and I might be wrong in saying, but I'm pretty sure it's either Ben Rayak or Ben Romack with some tablespooning or teaspooning. I think it's Ben Rayak. Someone will be able to correct me. But yeah, that's a good whiskey. It was relatively cheap as well. The Epicurean Cognac, it's opened, done a review on that. And the Glenalloch 8-year-old Coho Rye, it's opened and done a review on that. So I'm just looking around my whiskies. I'm going to try and give you a number of what's here and also a number of what's opened and a number of what's independently bottled. So before I lose count, there are 66 bottles here of whiskey, the rum I haven't included. So there's 66 bottles, 30 of them are independently bottled whiskies, and now I shall count which ones are opened. "66 bottles and only 21 are opened." So last time when I done this video, I had half them open, and I did say last time I was trying to curb my opening of bottles until I'd finished bottles, so I think I managed to do that. What did I say, 21 is 66, so yeah, it's not bad for what I've got. I'm quite happy that the majority of them, 30 of them at least, are independently bottled whiskies. I think that showed my kind of almost my development from when I first started buying whiskies, when I bought things like this and the Dalmore, King Alexander and things like that. I mean, I'm still buying some pretty packaged whiskies, but this was cheap and so was the Tullibard and Murray, and also I have tried them and I thought they were good tasting whiskies, so I don't feel bad about that. So I think my spending's getting a lot better, although I think I am still getting suckered into some marketing techniques like the Arran series and things like that. But I think I am doing better. Well, I feel better about my whiskies. I don't know why I'm having to justify anything. Anyway, let's put them all back. Fun is done, and yeah, I'll have a drink before I put them back. Right, so that's everything hopefully back to the way it was looking. I'm going to speed this all up, so it's taking me a lot longer than it will look like on the camera, obviously. But I'm pretty knackered now. I need to sit down and enjoy my long row red. So once again, I hope this has been a good, insightful video. I hope you've got some enjoyment out of it. Thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, it's been Whiskey Whims. We'll see you later.